All right, at this time we're going to honor our house seniors.
Join
Our first senior, Daisha Dale Carmichael. Daisha, the daughter of David and Thompson, escorted by her mother. Our first senior, she was student athlete of the month last year, artist of the month, honor roll, past grand princess matron of Indiana Youth Fraternity. Her favorite memory was constantly singing and dancing and locking before all games with police. Her most recent favorite memory is on the bus ride away games, where we always drove with our teammates out of love. Her future plans are to attend Indiana University Bloomington, where she would like to study pre-medicine. Her long-term goal is to become a plastic surgeon, hopefully working for Dr. Miami. First and foremost, she would like to thank her mother for pushing her to be the person she is today, even though she has listening problems. I know that at times I may have seemed ungrateful, but I want to say that nothing you have done will be forgotten. I would also like to thank my dad. Without the inspiration, support, and drive you gave me, I wouldn't be who I am today. Thank you for teaching me that nothing is out of reach. Honestly, I want to thank all my family. Sometimes I pray to tell them how much I really do appreciate them. Thank you for being such an important part of my life and always being there when I need you all. To my teammates, I love you all. And Rory, even though I'm always teasing you, you are such an amazing person, and I wish you the best. Daisha Dale Carmichael. DeKayla Dorothy Elliott. DeKayla, the daughter of Woodrow and Bernice Elliott, is escorted by her parents and her brother, Woodrow II. An Indiana Academy senior, she previously attended Muncie Central High School. Her awards have been maintaining a GPA of 3.5 for high school. She was all-conference for basketball, mental attitude award for basketball, and a member of the National Honor Society. She's undecided for her future plans, but her favorite memories have been bonding at Pizza Hut and acing everyone with the Dig Doctor. She would like to thank Coach Dodge and the coaching staff for letting me manage and be part of the team. I want to give a special thanks to Coach Mal for being understanding and helping me out when she found out I didn't know how to do the stats. Ladies and gentlemen, DeKayla Elliott. Our next senior, Michael Simone Ivy. Michael is escorted by her parents, Danny and Crystal Ivy. Her numerous awards are 2015 Most Offensive Player Award, 2016 Offensive Player of the Year, 2017 Best Offensive Player, 2015 Plymouth High School Volleyball Tournament All-Tournament Team, 2016-17 Warsaw Tiger Invite All-Tournament Team, 2016, 17, and 18 Don Shondell All-Tournament MVP, 2016-2017 Conference Player of the Year, 2017 Student Athlete of the Month, 2018 Max Preps Indiana Player of the Week, 2015 and 2018 the Navy Honor Roll, and this year, on September 22nd, Michael recorded her 1,500th career kill against Lake St. Louis. Michael's future plans are to continue her volleyball career at Ball State University, where she will major in animation. Her favorite memory is the team bonfire from last year because we all had a great time singing, dancing, playing games, and having a great time getting to know each other. I would like to thank my mom and dad for helping me make it through high school and supporting me through it all. And thank you to all my coaches for helping me build as an athlete and a person. You have helped me prepare for the next phase of my volleyball career, and for that, I am truly grateful. Michael Simone Ivy. Our next senior, Sophia Augusta Manor. Sophia is escorted by her parents, Matt and Terry Manor, her sister Bella Manor, and her brother Evan Manor. She's also known as Fia or Fiat, previously attended Yorktown High School. She's been an honor roll, dance marathon executive, National Honor Society nomination, varsity golf letter. Her favorite memory is when Mara got her 1,000th assist. Everyone was so happy for her, and it was such an emotional experience for the whole team because we were all so proud of her. Mara has become a rock for this team and me personally throughout the season, and I can't thank her in this program enough for all the relationships and memories it has given me. I'd like to thank my family for always supporting me, my coaches for pushing me, and Steve Shondell for being my biggest fan through everything. Sophia Augusta Manor. Our next senior, Nia Francis Morrison. Meet the best of my parents, Michelle and Shannon Morrison. She's been a 4-year varsity volleyball player, senior captain, a student athlete of the month recipient, mental toughness and attitude award. She's also participated in varsity cheerleading and Muncie volleyball. She's maintained a 4.0 GPA, all 8 honor roll, and was inducted into the National Honor Society. She's undecided on where she's going to go to school next year, but would like to major in speech language pathology or communication disorders. Her favorite memory was winning last year's conference championship. She'd like to say that she's grateful that she had the opportunity to be part of Muncie Burris volleyball. During her time playing for Burris, she has developed close friendships, made many memories, and found a family through my teammates that will forever hold close to my heart. Thank you, coaches, for being the people that I can rely on both on and off the court. And to my parents, thank you for always pushing me to do better and giving me an immeasurable amount of support. Thank you all for everything. Mia Francis Morrison. Our next senior, Connie Celise Prater. Connie is our parent and community is escorted by her father tonight. She's also known on the volleyball team as Coco, an academy senior she previously attended Georgetown High School. She has maintained a 3.5 or higher GPA since 6th grade and was Burris girls basketball MVP last season. Her favorite memory was when Gov got stuck in the treehouse at a team dinner last year. And her favorite message came from Coach Dodd: don't be a thermometer, be a thermostat. Connie Celise Prater. Our next senior, Andrea Marie Rankin. Andrea is just supported by her parents, Spencer Rankin and Gila Jackson. Prior to attending the academy, she attended Palmetto High School in Palmetto, Florida. She's been honor roll all 4 years of high school, maintained a 3.7 and above GPA while playing 2 varsity sports all 4 years of high school, and was in the Honor Society. She was definitely known to win an honor to Dodge as my first volleyball coach ever, and my last. Thank you, Harmon, for your many words of wisdom. To my baby brother, thank you for encouraging words when I won, and your not-so-funny jokes when I lost. Last but not least, I would like to thank my wonderful parents for all the support throughout the years. There has never been a game that at least one of them wasn't there. This year was different, however. I knew that I still had their support when I received my good luck sweetie messages. Whenever I didn't have confidence in myself, it was okay because they always had enough confidence in me to fill the room. Thank you for being my #1 fans. Andrea Marie Rankin.
Go Blue!
Our next senior, Katie Marie Scott. Katie is escorted by her parents, Rodney and Katie Scott, and her sister, Emily Scott. Also known as Scotty, an academy senior, she previously attended Newcastle High School. She was all-conference, all-academic athlete award freshman and sophomore years, all 8 honor roll every year in high school. Her favorite memory in Newcastle was when the team had a pool party at Maggie Banger's house and Gracie Bowers went to do a flip off the diving board and the diving board broke. At Burris, her favorite memories are doing knee collapses in the corner floor and the slang incident. She would like to thank her family and Newcastle Volleyball and Muncie Burris Volleyball families for making me into the person I am today. Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Marie Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure. One last time, a round of applause for our 2018 Lady Out Volleyball team. Congratulations. Any parents like to get the pictures, please do so at this time. This concludes our senior night. Thank you, everyone.
It's just on YouTube. If you search Muncie Burris Volleyball. Okay, all fans. Doing good, sir. Hello, Al fans. We're going to stay here as the team warm up. I'm going to mute the mic, but continue to watch as the teams warm up. We will be starting probably in 20 minutes or so once everyone is done and introductions have been completed. Good evening, Owls fans, and welcome to Owls TV. I'm your broadcaster, John Nagel, as we get ready for our varsity match between our Burris Owls and the Newcastle Trojans.
Number 2, Ashley Wilkinson. Number 3, Emily Scott.
We're going through the starting lineup for both teams.
Number 13, Eliza Madden. And number 21, Gracie Bowers. Starters tonight for the Lady Trojans. Number 4, a junior, Zoe Conway. Number 8, a sophomore, Layla Smith. Number 9, a sophomore, Avery Shatmaster. Number 11, a junior, Caitlin Shunnison. Number 14, a sophomore, Nicole Wilkinson. Number 16, a sophomore, Bailey Cox. And a junior, number 17, Melanie Shatmaster. Lady Trojans are coached tonight by head coach Sarah Rauch and assistants Josh Collins, Justin Richardson, and John Dickerson. All right, now get on your feet and make some noise for the pride of West Side. You are Muncie, Burris, Owls. Wrestlers tonight, your Owls. Number 8, a sophomore, Helen Beach. Number 10, a sophomore, Rosie Bracken. Number 11, a freshman, Abigail Kessler. Number 14, a senior, Daisy Carmichael. Number 16, a senior, Connie Prater. Number 17, a sophomore, Corinne Meyer. Number 18, a junior, Sophia Manner. Number 20, a junior, Lucy Ring. Number 21, a junior, Andrea Rankin. Your starters tonight, your Owls. A freshman, number 1 at right side, Lauren Nixon. Number 3, a senior and defensive specialist, Katie Scott. Number 4, a freshman outside hitter, Lori Powers. Number 6, a junior and center, Mara Perry. Number 9, a senior outside hitter, Maya Morrison. And number 15, a senior and middle blocker, Mikkel Ivy. The Owls are coached tonight by head coach Mike Dodrill and assistant Dave Harmon. Dodrill, excuse me.
And as we get ready, the teams are meeting at the net. Currently, the Trojans are 26-4 on the season and ranked 4th overall in the state of Indiana. Our Muncie Burris Owls are 20-3 on the season, coming off of a 3-1 weekend at the Warsaw Tiger Invite. Both teams are in Class 3A, and this could be a preview for the sectional finals coming up later this year.
That's my story.
We're going to run quickly through our sponsors. We appreciate all their support of Burris Athletics. Doug Meyer with State Farm Insurance. Gaddis Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Adarose Design. Summers. Well, we're going to get started. Senior Katie Scott's going to be back to serve for the Owls.
Back to serve for your Owls, number 3, Katie Scott.
Shaftmaster to Shaftmaster. The sisters play. Scott digs it up. Morrison's going to send it back into play. Nixon sends it over. Right side attack, and it goes long, and the Owls score first, leading 1-0. Scott serve. That's going to be net violation on Newcastle, and that point goes to the Owls, now leading 2-0.
Katie Scott still back to serve for the Owls.
The senior Katie Scott to serve. Shaftmaster pushed it down. Perry digs it up, but it goes into the net. And that'll be the first point for the Trojans.
Number 14, Nicole Wilkinson back to serve for the Trojans.
Beach returns. Wilkinson back to serve for Newcastle. Beach. Perry gets under it. Nixon from the right side. Outside attack. Powers digs it up. Perry's going to set up Morrison. Shaftmaster into the block. Dumped over by Shaftmaster. Morrison. And that goes out of bounds. And that point goes to Newcastle. And we're now right at 2 points apiece. Wilkinson back to serve again. Just clips the net. Powers just gets under. Oh! And that was Shaftmaster pushing it down, making the Owls pay for the overpass. And they take the lead, 3-2. Powers. Ivy, her first swing of the night. Shaftmaster sends it to her sister. Goes into the net, and it didn't clear the tape. Point to the Owls. And we're now tied at 3.
Number 1, Lauren Nixon back to serve for your Owls.
Freshman Lauren Nixon's going to go back to serve. Ivy, Perry's going to send it over to Morrison. Net violation on Newcastle. And the Owls take the lead, 4-3. Nixon back to serve once again. Shaftmaster, and she slams it to the hardwood. That'll tie us up at 4 points apiece. Shaughnessy back to serve for the Trojans. High serve, Morrison. Perry, Ivy with the quick swing, and she gets the point. Owls go up 5-4. Morrison's going to go back to serve. The overpass. Bumped up. Ivy's going to set it to Perry. She's going to dump it. Shaftmaster. Beach gets to dig. Powers off the block and into the Newcastle court, and the Owls go up 6-4. Shaftmaster, and that goes out of bounds, and that point goes. Owls now lead 7-4. And with that, Newcastle takes a timeout. Give an opportunity to thank some more of our sponsors. Summers Carroll Whistler CPA. We provide a comprehensive list of financial service for any size business. Our dedication is to provide all clients with all the financial services that any business would need. Call them at 765-289-7951 or find them at 330 East Main Street in Muncie. Slam Dunk Sports Marketing, a company dedicated to providing quality services and athletic equipment to schools while offering exclusive opportunity to sponsors. Find them at slamdunksportsmarketing.com. And return to the action. Morrison's going to be serving as the Owls lead 7-4 early in this first set. Middle swing. And net violation It's going to cause a point to Newcastle. Owls continuing the lead, 7-5. Mayberry Shaftmaster back to serve. Flips the net. Morrison's there. The overpass. Perry gets it up. Beach with the out of system to Powers. Newcastle sitting there. Nixon's going to push it over. And there's a swing from Smith, and that's going to get the point. And Newcastle is closed within one. Owls leading 7-6. Shaftmaster back to serve once again. And that sails out of bounds, and the Owls get the point. Kessler enters the front row for the Owls, first time tonight. Ivy's going to go back to serve. Mayberry off the net, just out of the reach of Perry, and that point's going to go to Newcastle. Owls continue to lead 8-7 in this battle here tonight. Morrison handles it. The back set to Kessler. She waits on it. Oh! And it goes into the net. And that's going to tie us up at 8 points apiece. Morrison, Perry, Powers runs up and pushes it over. And the quick dump from Shaftmaster. And that would be Melanie, and that gives Newcastle the lead, 9-8. Into the net, and it goes right back over to the Owls. And we're tied at 9 points apiece. Perry's going to go back to serve. Cox, Shaftmaster, and the Owls are sitting there waiting for it. And they go up 10-9. Perry back to serve once again. Service there gives it to Newcastle, and we're tied at 10. Morrison to Perry. Kessler with the quick set, and she gets the kill. And Owls go back up 11-10. Freshman Powers will be back to serve. And there's a kill for Newcastle, and we're now tied at 11 points apiece. Cox is going to be back to serve for the Trojans. Powers, Perry, Morrison. Oh! And that slides right out of bounds. And the Trojans retake the lead, 12-11. Cox is back to serve once again. Clips the net, and she gets the ace. That'll be her 24th ace on the year. There's a short serve. Beach gets under it. The quick set from Kessler, and she scores! Owls trailing by 1, 12-13. Scott re-enters the lineup with Ivy. Cox to Shaftmaster, to the other Shaftmaster. Owls are there waiting. And that sailed just out of bounds. And the point's going to go to the Trojans. They lead 14-12. Wilkinson will be back to serve for the Owls. Powers. Ivy off the outside. Schaffmaster. And she gets the kill. And the Trojans go up 3, 15-12. Perry over to Ivy. And she goes off the block and gets the point. And the Owls trail by 2 again, 13-15. Nixon will be back to serve. Right side. Oh, and it scratches the antenna. And that point goes to the Owls. Owls within 1, trailing 14-15. And service error gives the easy point to the Trojans. Owls can't afford to give the easy points away to Newcastle tonight. Shaughnessy back to serve. Short serve, Morrison. Ivy on the slide, goes off the block. Schaffmaster winds up and lands in the bounce. And Newcastle's back up by 3, 17-14. Shaughnessy to serve once again. And the service error gives the point to the Owls.
Number 9, Mia Morrison back to serve for your Owls.
Morrison back to serve as the Owls trail by 2. And the Owls with the block, but it goes out of bounds. Point goes to Newcastle, and they're back up by 3. Owls need to turn the block in. Mayberry, Schaffmaster. Ivy for the right side. And this one goes off the Newcastle block, out of bounds. And point goes to the Owls. Kessler into the lineup. Ivy's going to go back to serve. And it's going to be tipped out of bounds and set into the stands. And we're going to go back over to the Newcastle side as they have their 3-point lead back, 19-16. Conway back to serve. Powers. Kessler, she tips it off the block, and it's ping-ponged around. And that point goes to the Owls. Back within 2. 19-17. Owls need to make just a little run here to get back in the lead. Bounces off the rafters and lands on the hardwood. Point for the Owls, and we're back within 1. Score is 18-19 in favor of the Trojans. Perry to serve once again. Just clears the net. Wilkerson tips it over. Nixon, Powers. And that goes just out of bounds. And Newcastle has a lead, 2018, and Coach Dodge is going to take a timeout. Want to thank McKinney, Melput, and Law with law firm locations Indianapolis, Muncie. Our attorneys are available when you need them most. Call them at 765-8964. Want to thank 3D Company Incorporated. They're building a better tomorrow with a 3D Company Inc. Excavating, site grading, underground utility work, or general construction. Call them at 765-288-3326. Robbins Apparel, custom screen printing and embroideries, providing parents, teachers, athletes, and corporations with the widest selections of custom apparel for the most respected manufacturers. They're located at 5504 West Shoreline Terrace in Muncie, or call them at 765-282-9930. Shaftmaster to serve. Morrison gets it. Perry. Nixon with the swing. Kessler with the push at the net. And the Shaftmaster sisters look at each other and watch the ball hit the court. Owls now trail 20-19. Powers will go back to serve. Ooh, one-handed. Morrison with the swing. Shaftmaster pushes it, and it goes out of bounds. And we're going to be tied at 20. Powers will be back to serve. Worth 20 points apiece. Oh, some discussion with the officials there. Not sure quite what the call is. Officials explaining it to Perry and the coach. Down official explaining it to Coach Dodge. Coach Dodge seems to agree with the call. I believe we're going to be replaying the point, so the Owls are back down 19-20. Not quite sure why we're replaying it, but I'm not the official. Newcastle sets up. Shaughnessy, Perry, Nixon with the out of system. Morrison sends it in the block. Kessler gets it up. Morrison again, off the block this time. Back row attack, into the net, and the Owls get the point. We redid it, and it's same outlook. Point, Owls get the point, and we're tied at 20. Powers again. Shaftmaster, Shaughnessy, Perry. And that goes out of bounds. Over the antenna, and point goes to Newcastle, and they retake the lead. 21-20. Cox is back to serve. Beach, Perry, Morrison. Beach gets cover. Right, Nixon off to the right side. And too much for Conway to reach. And we're now tied at 21 points. Katie Scott back into the lineup as we're tied at 21 points apiece. Mayberry out of bounds, and the Owls take the lead, 22-21. Mayberry down the middle this time, not making sure it's not out of bounds, and we're tied at 22. Wilkinson will be back to serve for the Trojans. Beach, Perry, Nixon off the block. Shaughnessy from the right side. Owls are scrambling for it but can't get there. And Newcastle goes back up 23-22. And Coach Dodge is going to use the second timeout and see if he can regroup the troops. Want to thank Normandy Flower Shop. They can assist you with flowers for any occasions, joyous or sorrowful. We're here to make someone feel better with flowers. Call them at 765-282-2263 or find them at normandyflowershop.net. Murray's Jewelry, family owned since 1885. They're located at 113 West Charles Street, Muncie. Call them at 765-288-6791. No. And we return. Wilkerson will be back to serve for the Trojan. Owls trailing by 1. And that sails out of bounds, and the Owls are tied again, 23-23. And it's turning out to be quite the battle that we expected between two highly ranked 3A teams here tonight. Nixon will go back to serve for the Owls. Cox sends it Shaftmaster. The other Shaftmaster, and she gets the kill. If they let her wind up in the middle, she's deadly. Shaughnessy's going to be back to serve for set point. Morrison, Ivy, Beach, Morrison, into the net. And that'll end the first set, and the Owls drop it 23-25. We'll be back momentarily for the start of the second set. And we get back to the action here in the second set. I want to thank Janine Lake for Congress, working hard for a better tomorrow. Vote for Janine Lake for the 6th Congressional District on November 6th. Also want to thank Rob Riley Real Estate. Honesty and integrity are paramount to his business. Whether you're buying or selling home, one of life's biggest decisions, contact Rob for help at 765-730-8714. Want to give a shout out to Dawn Miller watching us tonight, cheering on Michael Ivy. Also, I'm going to give a shout out to Michael's grandparents watching us in Fort Wayne tonight. Definitely appreciate all our viewers tonight. And we're getting ready here to go in the second set. Bailey Cox will be back to serve. Beach handles it. Ivy on the slide, and Chefmaster's waiting with the block, and it lands on the outside. And the first point's going to go to the Trojans. Cox back to serve once again. Just close the net. Owls try and run it down. It's going to be a free ball from Perry, but it's go out of the bounds. And Newcastle takes a 2-0 lead. Beach to Perry. Ivy from the other side, and she gets a kill this time. And the Owls get their first point of the second set. Freshman Lauren Nixon back to serve. Chefmaster, Ivy was waiting there with the block, and the point goes to the Owls, and we're now tied at 2 points apiece. Nixon back to serve once again. Shaughnessy, Owls with the block, and it rolls on the outside, landing on the hardwood. That point goes to Newcastle, and they lead 3-2. Wilkinson back to serve. Morrison, Perry runs it down. Nixon's going to send the free ball over. And she gets the kill. Smith was reaching for it and couldn't get it, and the Owls get it. And we're tied at 3. Morrison. And Chefmaster with the big swing and the kill, and they go back up 4-3. That'll send Shaughnessy back to the line to serve. Beach handles it. Oh, the overpass. And Mayberry Chefmaster's there to make sure that the Owls pay for that. They're up 5-3. Beach, Perry, Ivy, and she swings it around the block and gets the point, and the Owls trail 4-5. Ivy's going to go back to serve. Morrison, Perry, Ivy from the back row. Mayberry sends it to the back, and it lands outside the line, and the Owls are tied up 5-5. Ivy back to serve once again. Net violation gives an easy point to Newcastle. They now lead 6-5. Mayberry Chefmaster back to serve. Powers receives it. Kessler into the block. Smith and Chefmaster sitting there waiting for it. And that point goes to Newcastle. They're back to their 2-point lead, 7-5. At Clipsonet Beach, Perry, Kessler on the slide. Chefmaster, Nixon somehow gets her hands up. Powers sends it over. Cox. Nixon comes running in for the back row attack. Chefmaster Smith. Morrison. Kessler. Oh! And into the Newcastle block. And the Trojans go up 8-5. Schaffmaster back to serve once again. And that'll be an ace. And that gives Newcastle a 4-point lead, and Coach Dodge is going to want to take a timeout. Want to thank Creek Run Environmental Engineering, our most valuable resource to our people. With over 130 years combined experience and a diverse knowledge base, our employees can assist you in navigating through the regulatory process. Call them at 765-728-8051 or find them at creekrun.com on the internet. Culver's of Muncie, they use fresh, never frozen, 100% Midwest beef, seared to perfection, served on a lightly buttered toasted bun for the extra touch of goodness. Stop by at West McGalliard in Muncie. Schaffmaster is going back to serve again. Beach handles this one. Kessler on the slide. Mayberry, Nixon digs that one up. Perry is going to set up Powers. Cox. Schaffmaster from the back row. Beach is there, dig. Kessler runs it down, but set probably too wide, and she had to reach for it. And that's going to give Newcastle their largest lead at 5. 10-5. Morrison. Kessler again. This time she gets it over. Mayberry, or Schaffmaster dumps it. Schaffmaster down the line, and she gets the kill. And Trojans are up 11-5. Owls desperately need to get a side out here. Powers. Ivy with back row. And into the net. And Trojans go up 12-5. Ivy, Perry, Ivy from the back row. And that goes out of bounds. Coach Dodge looking for a way to stop the bleeding here, as the Owls are now down 8 points. Morrison, Perry dumps this one over. Smith, Nixon, Cox. Oh. And Schaffmaster puts that one down on the outside of the net. And the Owls are down by 9, 14-5. And Coach Dodge calls a timeout, desperately looking a way to get a stop. Want to thank Tim Lannon for Senate. He's proven his ability to reach across party lines to get things done. Tim Lannon is leading on issues like economic development, education, and consumer protection. Vote for Tim Lannon for State Senate on Tuesday, November 6th. MT Smoke and Barbecue. Come experience Indiana's finest barbecue. Cooked low and slow using flavorful wood chucks. They're located 1700 North Wheeling. Call them at 765-216-1664. Mayberry Schaffmaster back to serve again. Owls desperately looking for a side out. Powers gets it. The overpass, and Shaftmaster pushes it down for another point. And Newcastle's opened up a 10-point lead. Owls cannot get out of this rotation. And there's an ace for Shaftmaster landing just on the line. Beach, Morrison, Kessler, Smith down the middle, and they get another point. Owls desperately looking for a way. Shaftmaster back once again. Beach, Perry. Powers sends it down the middle. That sails out of bounds. Shaftmaster once again as the Owls trailing by 13. And finally, a service error is going to get the point to the Owls. But the Owls may have dug themselves a hole too deep to get out of, being down 12 points to a very good Newcastle team. There's a free ball. Nixon to Perry. Powers winds up, gets it through the block. Powers sends it back to Perry. Nixon down the middle. And that's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to go right back over to Newcastle, leading 19-13. Coach Dodge is standing there looking like he just wants this set to be over. Nixon. And another error. Owls trailing by 14, 6-20. Conway's going to go back to serve. Rankin, she tips it over. There's a tip. Powers. Rankin sends it right over. Shaftmaster dumps it, but it goes out of bounds, and the Owls get the point. Powers will be back to serve. Trailing by 13. And there's an ace for Powers. Powers once again. Wilkinson. And she gets the kill. And the score is Newcastle 21, Muncie Burris 8. And we're going to send Melanie Shaftmaster back to serve. Morrison, Perry, back to Morrison. And she's going to get the kill. Owls will trail by 12. Ivy returns the lineup. Katie Scott's going to go back to serve. Back row attack. Perry to Scott. Morrison sends it across court, and that goes out of bounds. Beach returns to the lineup. Sophia Maynard enters the front row for the Owls. Bailey Cox back to serve. Ivy off the outside, and she gets the kill. And that'll be the 10th point for the Owls, but they trail by 12. Rankin back to serve. Shaftmaster, and she gets the kill. And that'll be the 23rd point for the Trojans. Wilkinson's going to go back to serve for Newcastle. Beach sends it spinning. There's a free ball from the Owls. And that'll score the point as Newcastle can't handle it. And the Owls get their 11th point, but trail again by 12. Sophia Maynard, a senior, back to serve. There's the roll shot out of bounds. And with that, Newcastle's going to take a timeout. Want to thank for Warren, attorneys, business counselors, and neighbors. Our legal team brings with them a wealth of education, specialization, and experience. They're located at 400 South Walnut Street in Muncie. Call them at 765-288-3651. Want to thank Dr. Davis Chiropractic for his sponsorship of Muncie Burris. Texas Roadhouse, legendary food, legendary service, all with lots of legendary fun. Call ahead seating at 765-282-7113. Enjoy a little bit of Texas right here in Muncie. And return to the court. Owls continuing the fight, but kind of facing a huge uphill battle as they trail by 11, 23-12. Owls are going to have to really dig deep against this very good Newcastle team here. Maynard back to serve. And that goes off the block and out of bounds. And that'll send Emily Scott back to serve for a set point. In the net, and the Owls are still alive. Trailing by 11. Numerous substitutions occurring here. Carmichael enters the lineup. As well as Kessler. Ivy sitting at service line waiting. And into the upright, which is kind of how this whole set went for the Owls as they drop it 13-25 to the Newcastle Trojans. I want to thank Star Insurance. They're committed to serving the needs of communities by helping people what protect matters most, both professionally and personally. Call them at 765-284-4416 or find them at starfinancial.com/insurance. O'Neill and Associates, gain from a unique, individualized custom plan using an independent perspective. With more than 15 years of dedicated personalized service, find them at o'neillandassociates.com or at 765-896-9553. Berrywinkle Frozen Yogurt. With 14 different flavors of frozen yogurt and more than 50 toppings, Berrywinkle is the best place for dessert. They're located at 115 South Tillotson, Muncie. As we get ready to start the third set, Owls for the lineup of Morrison, Ivy, Perry, Nixon, Scott, and Powers. Katie Scott back to serve. Rolls over the net, and the ace! And the Owls start with the first point, leading 1-0. Scott with the dig. Perry. Ivy tips it over the block, and she gets the kill. And the Owls go up 2-0. Scott continuing to serve. Shaughnessy. And Scott quite can't get there in time. And that'll be the first point for Newcastle. Owls leading 2-1. Wilkinson back to serve. And that's out of bounds. And easy point goes to the Owls. Nixon will go back to serve. And Chefmaster with the swing and the kill as it lands just inside the line. Owls continuing the lead. Shaughnessy's going to serve next for Newcastle. Scott Perry. Ivy, it's off the block. Out of bounds. Point to the Owls. Owls leading 4-2. Maynard enters the lineup. Morrison's going to be back to serve. And into the Chefmaster's swing goes into the block. Point to the Owls. Now leading 5-2. Morrison back to serve once again. Tipped over Perry. Nixon. Maynard. That goes off the block. And Chefmaster tries to dump it, but on the wrong side of the net. Owls lead 6-2. Correction, I say it did go over the net. And that point goes to Newcastle. Chefmaster back to serve. Beach. Chefmaster again. And there's another ace. And Newcastle's tied it up at 5. Nixon, and it goes out of bounds. And Newcastle takes the timeout. Or takes the lead, 6-5. Carmichael enters the lineup for the Owls. Place to Nixon. And that one's out of bounds. And point goes to the Owls. And we're tied at 6 points apiece.
Number 1, Lauren Mason checks back into the game for your Owls.
Ivy's got. Back to serve. Kessler returns to the front row. Schaffmaster sends it over. Owls are there to cover it. Cox, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Burris, and Newcastle takes the lead, 7-6. Conway back to serve. Morrison, Perry gets it up. And Maynard into the block, but it lands on the Newcastle side of the net. And we're tied at 7. Perry back to serve once again. Schaffmaster dumps it, and Owls can't cover it, and that point goes over to Newcastle.
Number 17,
Melanie Schaffmaster back to serve as Newcastle leads 8-7. Nixon sends it over. Back row attack from Mayberry into the net, and Owls get the point. And we're tied at 8 points apiece. Power returns to the lineup. She goes back to serve. Wilkinson and mistimes the set, and the Owls go up 98. Shaughnessy into the block, Kessler and Nixon. And the Owls open up a 2-point lead, 10-8. Shaughnessy, that's off the block. Perry gets it up. Nixon's going to send it over. Cox sends over. Beach with the dig. Morrison with the swing. Cox, Kessler is there, and ball handling there gives the point to the Owls, and they lead 11-8. And Newcastle's going to take a timeout. And we're getting ready to continue the third set here as the Owls lead 11-8 over the Newcastle Trojans. Powers is going to be back to serve. Schaffmaster gets it up. And she went under the net, and that point goes to the Owls. And they've opened up a 4-point lead, 12-8. Off the block and out of bounds. And that side out's going to go over to Newcastle. Owls leading by 3. Cox will be back to serve for the Trojans. Perry gets it up. Nixon comes, and that swing goes out of bounds. Perry gets there. Oh, and a scrambling. And Newcastle's closed within 1, 12-11. Cox back to serve once again. That one goes out, and point goes to the Owls.
Number 3, Katie Scott, comes back into the game for your Owls.
Owls leading 13-11. Scott's going to go back to serve. Schaffmaster with the swing into the block. And one too many touches for Newcastle. And the Owls get the point and go up 14-11. Scott to serve once again. Shaughnessy with the kill. And we're going to go back over to the Newcastle side of the net. Owls leading 14-12. Wilkinson's going to go back to serve. Powers, Perry. And the pass back over goes out of bounds. Owls go up 15-12.
Number 1, Lauren Nixon back to serve.
Nixon's going to go back to serve. Schaffmaster, and that's going to be missed time by Smith, and the Owls get the point and lead 16-12. Just clears the net. Smith to Schaffmaster. Back to Schaffmaster. Out of bounds, and the point goes to the Owls. Now leading 17-12. And with that, Newcastle's going to take a timeout. Welcome back, Owls fans. Owls leading 17-12. Lauren Nixon will be back to serve. Cox to Schaffmaster. Off the block. And the Owls can't get there. And that point goes to Newcastle. Owls leading 17-13. Scott dives for it and lands out of bounds. And that point goes to Newcastle. Owls continuing to lead by 3. Scott. Morrison. Oh! Tries to run under it. Obviously some miscommunication there amongst the Owls. Scott to Perry. Ivy off the slide. Net violation gives the point to the Owls. Now leading 18-15. Maynard returns to the front row. Morrison's back to serve. Mayberry, and we got Owls crashing everywhere. And that point's going to go to Newcastle. Owls holding on to a 2-point lead. Mayberry Shaftmaster back to serve. Morrison, Perry, Ivy gets it over, but it sails out of bounds. Shaftmaster back to serve, trailing by 1. Out of bounds, and the point goes to the Owls. Back to a 2-point lead, 19-17. Ivy back to serve. Shaftmaster throws it down and gets a point. And Newcastle's back within 1, 19-18. Conway serves, handled by Ivy. Perry, Kessler on the slide. She sends it cross court. And the Owls get their 20th point. Perry's back to serve as the Owls lead by 2. And Shaftmaster with the big swing and kill. And that keeps Newcastle close. Only trailing by 1. Melanie Shaftmaster back to serve. Morrison handles it. Perry. Nixon down the middle, and she gets the kill. Owls continuing the lead, 21-19. Powers back to serve. Cox, bounces it off the rafters. Make a quick recovery. Perry, Nixon, Shaftmaster with the dig. Back row attack from Shaftmaster. Perry, Nixon, Kessler tips it over the block and gets a point. And the Owls go up by 3, 22-19. Powers continuing to serve. Shaftmaster winds up into the block and just rolls off the fingertips of the Owls for a Newcastle point. Owls leading by 2, 22-20. Cox will be back to serve. Ivy, Perry, Nixon. Perry sets up Nixon from the other side. Shaftmaster again. Powers at the net, and Wilkinson blows it over to the net and gives Newcastle the point. Owls leading by 1, 22-21. Ivy. Morrison from the outside. Shaftmaster from the right. And she splits the defenders. And that'll tie us up at 22 points apiece. Cox will be back to serve. Short serve. Ivy runs under it. Morrison roll shots it down the middle. Kessler and Wilkerson throws it into the net. Owls leading 23-22. That'll send Scott back to serve. Mayberry pushes it down. Perry's there, and nobody else can get to it. And we're tied at 23 points apiece. Wilkinson back to serve. Powers. Morrison sets it up to Ivy. Wilkinson with the dig. Schaffmaster to Schaffmaster. And that's screened off the block. And a point goes to Newcastle, and they lead 24-23. Coach Dodge is going to call a timeout. We're going to thank Central Indiana Orthopedics, their world-class team of orthopedics experts is devoted to providing customized treatment plans focused on your goals and needs. They're located on West Bethel in Muncie. Carpet Plus Color Tile, prepare to be floored. They're the area's leading flooring company serving East Central Indiana since 2001, offering vinyl, hardwood, tile, carpet, plus flooring and more. They're located across the Muncie Mall on Broadway. Call them at 765-288-3232 or find them at Carpet Plus Color Tiles or Muncie. And Hannah Team of Remax, outstanding agents, outstanding results. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, call the Hannah Team for help at 765-760-4556. Sorry about that. Wilkinson to serve. Powers. Perry. Ivy. Cox digs it up. Schaffmaster sets it up to Schaffmaster. Powers gets it. Perry sends it over to Morrison off the block. Schaffmaster dug up and off the rafters, and that'll be the end. And the Owls foul to the Newcastle Trojans, 25-23. And we'll be back shortly with the Dodge Report. We're here with Coach Dodge for the official Dodge Report, sponsored by Gaddis Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Tough loss to a very good Newcastle team. Give me your thoughts, Coach, real quick.
We didn't serve tough enough. You can't serve the ball 1,000 times in the middle back and expect to stop a powerful offense like that. Okay, we just didn't keep them off the net. That wasn't the game plan. We just didn't execute the game plan. The game plan was keep them off the net, serve them tough, so they didn't have swings like that. I mean, we were in it in two of the matches, but I thought as terrible as we played, and they played pretty well, I think we got a lot more in the tank.
Senior night had a number of seniors on the team. Tell me just about the senior class and what it's meant to the program and meant to you.
Well, a couple of true Burris seniors and a couple of academies, so they put in a lot of hard work, and really it's where they've made the program go. It's still, we got a ways to go. We got a couple of weeks to get there. They're not done working yet. I know they're going to come back and work hard. That's all they've done for 4 years. That's all they're going to do in 4 more practices.
Well, thank you, Coach Dodge. Again, a tough loss tonight. Owls will face off Saturday at the 4:30 at the PAAC Conference Tournament, and we will be broadcasting live on Owls TV.
There we go.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This has been John Nagel, your broadcaster, and have a good evening.